Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show in my second final video for the night. Here to review Smackdown. Oh my lord. This shit, man, it's just so hard to watch through 3 hours. I mean, tonight, it was terrible. Like, Smackdown, like, 2 hours is kind of tough to watch at times, but holy shit, 3 hours is just painful. The only really thing I liked tonight was seeing Kiana James advancing to the Women's Elimination Chamber match. That was good to see, because she's improved a lot. I'm glad to see something unpredictable, because I would have predicted probably Charlotte Flair to advance to it. So I'm glad they done something unpredictable for once. Not playing it safe. Sesame Street, cross the street. Paul Levesque. And I'm glad to see Trick Williams is over, obviously. Because he is over, well deserved. Those are things I like. Trick Williams won his match. Another thing I like, seeing Kiana James, Trick Williams win their Elimination Chamber qualifier matches. Like Javon Evans winning. So there is some things I've liked over the week of these shows. But like, sure, they're showcasing, like, mid-card feuds, but does anybody care about them? 3 hours has just so much filler. Yes, it's way better than having less, but is it really better at 3 hours? Because it's still really the same show to me, except there's just more mid on the show. Like, yeah, there's more, I guess, mid-card stuff, but it's hard to care for it, man. And they need to do something with Obafemi instead of this Kit Wilson shit. Look, I thought it was kind of funny to start, but it's just wasting Obafemi. It's just, this show is so, it's either mid or it's just below average, man. Like, it's just sometimes a rough watch. Shouldn't say sometimes, most of the time it is. But yeah, I guess I'll go over the show here tonight, get the card out of the way. But I just want to see Obafemi do something, because he's over, obviously. But just have him do something else, man. The shit with Kit Wilson, it's just not it right now. I know they're trying to make him look like a dominant guy, probably before the inevitable match with, like, Brock Lesnar. But you gotta have him do something else, man. But let's go over the show here tonight, go over the card, get my thoughts on the show. I'm not gonna make this too long of a video. So, this week's show continued with the Elimination Chamber qualifier matches. Next weekend, they continue to hype up that pre-PLE next weekend. Well, it ain't this weekend, because this weekend's stacked with sports, so why ain't doing it this weekend? But what was announced in advance, advertised, was Charlotte, Kiana James, and Nia Jax, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes in qualifier matches, and Obafemi, and Kit Wilson, and Rhea Ripley, and Julius. It was supposed to be EO, but they changed it. Guess they didn't want to give that match away for free on TV. Shocker. But let's go over the card here. So Cody, he kicks off the show. There's some backstage shots of people walking, and then a recap. Cody made his way to talk. As soon as he asked what the crowd wanted to talk about, Fato's music hit. Came to the ring very serious. He said he had Sami Zayn and Rhodes beat before McIntyre got involved. And he said Cody knows it's the truth. He then called out McIntyre for a fight, which Rhodes did not seem too upset about. Nick Aldis showed up to say he gave Drew the knife because there's too much at stake in the Elimination Chamber, and McIntyre ended up showing up in the crowd anyways. Fatu tried to go to the crowd to get at him, but Aldis' security cut him off. Rhodes called McIntyre named it. He had to censor in the promo. I'm pretty sure he said motherfucker. I think this segment was pretty average stuff. But when Fatu starts to get angry, he's fun to watch. Brought good energy, even if he couldn't get to McIntyre. So whatever start to the show. Next, Ilya Dragunov versus Tama Tonga. Look, he hit a few chops in the corner. and they don't sell them anymore. Like Lesnar, okay, maybe that was Dragunov's idea, but having Tama Tonga no sale, come on. Brock Lesnar, okay, but Tama Tonga. But this was solid, I guess. Solid match, and unfortunately ended with some shenanigans. Tonga defeats Ilya Dragunov. Sakota tried to give a promo at the end. Dragunov tried to attack him. The motherfuckers then took a 5-on-1 attack. They beat down Matt Cardona and Apollo Crews. And then Uncle Howdy appeared on the big screen and taunted the motherfuckers. So Uncle Howdy and Solo Sikoa, I think, face off next week. It's so much for Matt Cardona coming back. He ain't doing shit. Getting buried by the motherfuckers. I'm sorry, my family tree. When I see MF, I think motherfucker. Man, at least they're using Tama as a single star, I guess. Kinda, but Tama Tonga is barely used. But this was fine. Jade Cargill spoke. She came to the ring, bragged about being Jordan Grace, dressed to live, and said she will show up on Raw to hear the decision about who to face for WrestleMania. Look, she has a lot of charisma, but she always has. In some ways, it feels like she hasn't changed at all since the first time you saw her in AEW, which can be good and bad depending on how you look at it. She's remained consistent with her character, but also hasn't made the kind of improvements you would expect her to be in the business for a few years. Like, yeah, she has charisma, but, like, I don't really see anything else. This was fine, I guess. And then she had some awkward exchange during Charlotte's entrance. Are they gonna... I guess they're gonna do Charlotte and Jade. I really don't care. I guess it's the only really thing they can do, because I don't know what the fuck else they would play at this point. But I really don't care about this match, honestly, if that's what they're going to do. Charlotte, Kiana, and Nia Jax. I mean, it had a couple of fun moments, I guess. It was whatever. It was pretty surprising to see Kiana James get the win and get an opportunity, but I'm glad she did. But there were some fun moments, I guess, but this was fun. But I was just glad to see Kiana James get the opportunity. Kit Wilson over Femi. So after getting Femi's bad side last week, he found himself in another match. This week he grabbed a mic, so he wanted to read a poem, which was an ode to Oba. It was a very simple poem, but Oba said he liked it and asked for another. Didn't go so well. Femi brought him to the ring, destroyed him. Few moves, barely a match. Poetry lasted longer than the match itself. WWE needs to find something more substantial for Oba right now, because he's too good to be wasting segments like this. And he had a hard time keeping a straight face when he read that poem. But Kit Wilson did not get the same kind of reaction he's got the last few times he's appeared, so I guess the novelty of the gimmick has worn off already. Shocker! Tiffany Stratton versus Alba Fire, with Chelsea Green still being injured. She was Alba pushed her to, in the, wheelchair. The ringside, she could watch the match. While there may not be anything bad about this, it's hard to say that it was good. It felt like they were just going through the motions at times, which also makes it hard to get invested. On top, it's pretty predictable, based on how both have been booked. Obviously, Tiffany Stratton would win the match before it even started. She hits the moonsault. Prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3. At least they're still keeping Chelsea on TV while she's injured. She's still entertaining, even in a wheelchair. Yeah, this is fine. Carmelo Hayes, Damien Priest, Trick Williams. This was pretty good, I thought. All three men had great moments here. Pretty good one. But good to see Trick Williams get the win. I believe he pinned... Williams was able to secure the win in his spot in the chamber by pinning Priest with a trick shot. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good match here. I'd say probably either that or the main event is probably the best of the night. And Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes had a tense backstage interaction, which maybe something's going to happen there, maybe in the coming weeks. Who knows? Julia and Rhea Ripley. That was a weird way to end what was a pretty good match. Julia basically disappeared as soon as Nia Jax showed up. This was actually good. Julia's a great performer, but it felt like this was one of the first times she got herself out aggressive. They'll let her be in the ring because obviously Rhea's the kind of opponent who brings it out of people. Or I guess they want to make her finally look strong. But yeah, this was actually pretty good. It was a pretty good match. Shitty way to end it, a no contest. The Jackson legends show up and cause the match to come to an abrupt halt by attacking Ripley, Skyler in the ring. Make save. They run him out of the ring. Johnny Gargano was actually shown laying on top of the big mystery box. Surprisingly funny for how simple it was. Randy Orton and Aleister Black, a pretty good main event, I thought. We'll get to the ending here. Yet another DDT on the floor. The ref was looking away. McIntyre showed up and nailed Orton with the WWE title. Rose chased McIntyre to the arena, but the damage was done. The Black Mass, 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black beats Randy Orton. Pretty good main event. Either, I think that or the men's triple threat was probably the best match of the night. Other than that, pretty mediocre. But I don't know what to rate this tonight. It had a couple of notable highlights, but it also had some low points that struck out. And honestly, for the show tonight, I'm going to rate it a 5. No, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Screw it. Femme's match against Wilson was rather pointless again. Julian Ripley, without a winner, felt like a lazy booking decision to prevent either woman from taking losses. Like, why book these matches if you're just going to do a no contest? Every single one of them. Like, I know you don't want Julie to take a loss, but okay, then have Rhea take a loss then. She can afford it. Williams Priest and Carmelo Hayes had was probably the best match of the night for most people who tuned to the show, and it was made even better by having the right man win in this match. And Randy Orton and Aleister Black was a pretty good main event. It was nice to see Kiana James get the spotlight this week with a win over Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair. She waited patiently for this opportunity. It's finally paying off. Elimination Chamber has the potential to be a good show, and the lineup WWE has built so far. All will come down to whether it books the right winners in the Chamber matches or not. But I'm going to give this show a 4 out of 10, man. It's just, Smackdown is a brutal watch. There's some good stuff you can take out of the show, like obviously a triple threat in the main event. And Julian Reed was actually pretty good until dumbass ending. But yeah, that's all to say for SmackDown. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and take the time out. Peace, and have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. It's gonna be busy tomorrow. I think I have 7 recaps. I'm not gonna do any news videos tomorrow. I'll probably do that Sunday because I got a busy college basketball, NBA, an NBA game, NASCAR. If those races happen. If they don't, I'll give you an update and say they're postponed, but we'll see. But yeah, peace, have a good night.